Here is the simple test that everyone should run on themselves. Let's say the place where you live. You can be in the mountains, it can be in the city. You like walking every single day. When you have a free time, you like to go out for a walk. If you live in the mountain, you love walking or hiking 2 hours in the mountain. If you live in the city, you like spending 2 hours going on the stores, going to the mall, whatever. But after these 2 hours, you always feel that your legs are tired. You always feel that your legs hurt. This is the moment when you're gonna run the test. It's a common sense. You cannot fake it. So if you go on Zillow and do the exact same exercise, you're going to get the most search query cities. In our case, we have most people look for Miami, New York, and Beverly Hills. So this is obviously the hottest market. Let's keep this question and let's see what actually people are looking for the most. In Miami in particular, the hottest market and so far has seen the biggest price decrease. Some people actually delist the listings. If you watch my previous video, report from Zillow actually indicated a lot of owners who had their properties listed on the market for over 120 days. They, instead of adjusting the price on the real listing, they decided to delist the listing, send somebody, take new pictures of the listing, and then release the property with new photos. So in this way, when you go on listing, for example, you ain't gonna see the price history and the fluctuation. So if you go down over here, right, usually you will have a chart with the story of the property price, the historic price move. It went up, it went down. You can actually see what is the market in the area. As you can see over here, the price in this particular example over here, right, we see that the price actually has come down 8.3%. And this is a property for rent, right? We have adjustment of the pricing for the property for rent, and we have adjustment of the pricing of the properties for sale as well. As you can see over here, the property was actually listed for sale and was listed for sale 46% higher, which you see there is no comparable evidence over here on the previous pricing. The public tax records since 2022, if you scroll down, if you go even lower, so the first time when this was actually established was 2007. As you can see over here, the price was 372,000. Scrolling all the way back to 2024, the property tax assessment was $480,000, which is, I would say, not a huge assessment, around $100,000. But as you can see over here, we have a tax assessment that was much lower in the years between 2008, 2009, which was between the financial crisis, which was normal. Even in 11 and 12, and even 13, the property was having a tax assessment under $200,000 all these years, as you can see over here. So this again explains how you see they start adding this 10% annual, 10% bump of the assessment of the property. 2020, this is the virus situation. The property has seen 4% decrease of the assessment. People take advantage of it, and then we continue with this 10% bump since 2023, 2024. So very important over here, like I mentioned, the property jumped from sale to rent. And you see what was the prior event? The listing was removed. This is exactly what I was talking to you about, right? A lot of listings are simply removed for a variety of reasons. But according to the most recent report from Zillow, most of these listings are removed from one main reason, which is usually if the property sits on the market for over 120 days, it simply looks bad. It looks like a bad deal. Probably something is wrong with the property, wrong with the actual prices, wrong with the neighborhood. Something is wrong, right? There's no demand at this price. So instead of them adjusting the price and making the price cheaper, either for sale or rent, it's still gonna see that the property has been already still 120 days on the market, and then adds more days even on the lower price. Then when you look at the price that, let's say it was listed for rent for $5,000 a month, and then you have sitting 120 days, no one rents it out, and then the price is actually decreased to, let's say, 4,500. the price is lower, but the days are actually keep mounting. So it might be 150 days and it's 4,500, and people are getting even more scary that this might not be a good deal or something is wrong with the deal, because the price might be going lower and lower, close to the actual market price, which is a good deal. But then people look at the days on the market, they said, oh, this is sketchy, this is too good to be true. It looks very nice. It has sitting so many days on the market. It's impossible for other people to not scoop or take advantage of this deal. This is why the solution, like I said, according to Zillow, is that they simply delisting the listings or delisting the actual photos and properties and create a new listing. This is why when you go down on the listing that we saw, you don't have a data what was the prior information about the property. Why? Because when the listing is deleted and when the new pictures has been taken and you create a new listing without previous history on the record for Zillow, well, they simply can't extract this information and data, because when you upload the new images, the property looks different. Although the address will be the same, still you don't really get to compare the previous pricing. And we can go through the details. We can look at particular neighborhoods. We can look where the price has seen major decrease, right? If you sort over here that are close by you, prices low to high, let's go low to high, or let's say the newest one. Let's see what are the new adjusted prices of the properties, right? Can you see something that looks unusual, right? Because these people who are listing right now, they're already familiar that the market is struggling. They're already familiar that everyone is currently repricing their properties. They're already familiar that a lot of other sellers are delisting their listings, right? So if you see something that really looks too good to be true, something looks that it really do not really add up. I've seen plenty of listings on Miami Beach. Like if you look at Miami Beach, for example, there are plenty of condos that were listed at 200, maybe 190, 220. And now if you look at the actual properties, a lot of these condos are listed for like 150, maybe $160,000. So they see maybe 20, 30, 40% of it actual discounted prices. So if you scroll down here and if you do, let's say up to $200,000, right? Look at what I'm talking about. Look at the areas, right? Look at this 100K, 180K, right? Just zoom in and they will pop up on the side. See 180, one bed, one bath, 140, 170, and all of these. So if you click this, for example, and if you scroll down, currently you see there is a price cut that happened now in December of $5,000, right? And if we scroll down for more historic pricing, you will see definitely that this has been going places. Are we gonna get this information? Something good. Okay, so the tax assessment much lower. Just look at this. This is okay. Let's assume after the financial crisis of 08-09. Let's look at more recent files. So in just 2012, right, or 13, this was like half the price. The value of the property was half the price. Was $50,000-$60,000, right? So if you scroll down, even when I looked at the base tax assessment was started at around $80,000. So it's not a huge difference. You see that the condo lost 25% of its value. This is in the end of the financial crisis in 2011, which was crazy, right? But the main idea is that a lot of these small condos, one bed, one bath, or studios will be losing much more. They will see even greater price cuts. Even if we scroll down, look at this 175. So if you come over here, let's click on again one bedroom. Are you gonna see a price cut over here? There is no information about price cut. Probably this is something brand new. Just look at this. The estimate from Zillow is 176, which is usually pretty generous, right?